Hi, I would like to bring up 5 things that can help you to recover from temporary overwhelm or exhaustion. The first thing is going out in nature. Either looking at nature and plants or spending time in nature, like a walk in the forest or by a lake or by the sea. Um, And it doesn't have to be wild nature, even though that's great if you have wild nature nearby. But if you don't have that, it can be a park. The other day I went to the botanical gardens here in Uppsala, where I live in Sweden, where they have an orangery, and the trees inside the orangery from the 1800s, it had started blooming in the trees, and just even those experiences of looking at natural plants, flowers, that can bring a kind of calm to our nervous system. And this has actually been researched on how people's stress levels and nervous system calms down when they spend time in nature. For example, going for a walk in nature. But even looking at pictures or videos of nature can have some of that effect. And the second thing is, physical activity of choice. But this is keeping in mind what type of overwhelm or exhaustion that you're experiencing. So you can be experiencing mental overwhelm, physical overwhelm, or emotional overwhelm. Or you could have a combination of 2 or even 3 of those, all of those things. So physical activity of choice, that would be good if you are only mentally and or emotionally overwhelmed. Because then physical activity can actually be invigorating, and it can bring back clarity of thought, and it can bring back a kind of energy, mental and emotional energy that you didn't have before the physical activity. So it can be going to the gym if that's your physical activity of choice. I know that sometimes when I go to the gym afterwards, I feel more invigorated, even if I feel quite sluggish and tired before that, especially mentally tired. Then exercising, going to the gym actually gives me energy a lot of the time. Or I go to dance classes once a week, and that also those classes give me that energy. Or it can be going for a walk, going for a jog, or even just some yoga or stretching, some light exercise. And the third thing I wanted to bring up to help you recover from temporary overwhelm, that is journaling. If you don't journal, then I would recommend trying it. And if it's not for you, then there are other ways, of course, to recover from mental overwhelm. Because the journaling, that's mainly for if you're mentally or emotionally overwhelmed. So journaling can help you to work through different thoughts and worries, and help you to tell a different stories about some of the things that are going on in your life or in your thoughts. And you can even use journaling to journal out affirmations to make yourself feel better about a situation. And the fourth thing I would like to bring up is as simple as taking a nap. And if you're only physically overwhelmed, this is, I think, the best thing to do. If you're physically overwhelmed, or even if you're both physically overwhelmed and mentally overwhelmed and emotionally, all three, then taking a nap or resting, lying down and resting, is one of the best things to do. Even if you don't fall asleep, resting is enough. And some of the most creative ideas and insights that I've had often come either while I lie down resting or after I've had a nap. And I think us as women especially, we need to allow ourselves to rest and to not feel guilty or lazy for it. And to give ourselves those opportunities to pause and to rest and to just let go of all the responsibilities for a short while and rest and rejuvenate, or just get that energy, mental and physical energy back by just resting when we need it. And it's amazing how even just a short rest or nap can just make some of that exhaustion or overwhelm just disappear, if it's a temporary type of overwhelm. And yes, like I said, I think women especially, we have had, many of us, I should say, I can't speak for all, but I think many of us have sometimes trouble with allowing ourselves to do just that, rest. So in a way, it can be hard even to just say no to some responsibilities, or just say that I'll do that. I'll do something later, so that we can give ourselves that gift. And it can even be for some almost like an act of rebellion. And it might sound a bit dramatic, but I know that for some, that's how we can feel, because there are feelings of guilt that can come up when we just allow ourselves to take that time for ourselves. So, on to the last but not least of the things I want to bring up that can help us to recover from temporary overwhelm, and that is meditation. And there are different types of meditation that can work just as well as any other. And you can use guided meditations from YouTube, or guided meditations from recorded meditations that of your choice, or just silent meditation. Different techniques, of course. If you've learned specific techniques, you can use that. Or just sit down and listen to calm music and get into a meditative state that way. And this is, of course, this is good if you are physically overwhelmed, but not if you are too tired. Then I would say resting is better. But this is more meditation is better for, I would say, for emotional and mental overwhelm. So lastly, I would just like to say that distracting our nervous system with outer content or sensory experiences can be tempting and understandable reactions to overwhelm. But it will not help us to recover. So these 5 different methods that I've pointed out, they help us to come back to the present moment. And coming back into the present moment and clearing the exhaustion or clearing the overwhelm, and letting ourselves rest in different ways, or just clearing up some of that clutter in our minds and some of that tiredness in our bodies. That will help us to recover. So I hope that helps, and I will see you soon. Bye.